Hey guys, welcome to the fourth tutorial of this series. In this video, we will be seeing about the conditional statements and the loops. So let me just start with if condition. So let me declare a condition. So if x less than y, say y. So let me give some space between them. X less than y. So if you see here, I'm starting with if and ending with a colon. I'm just printing um, inside if. So inside if. So while running this program, if this condition satisfy, the code will go into the this statement. So if you see here, I'm giving four spaces here. So this four spaces or indentation is called will declare the block. So this if block has its function only between this indentation, four indentation. So let me run this. So if you take, you can see inside if. So in case of other programs, they will be using flower brackets and such kind of things for indentation. But in Python, we have this four spaces. Generally, we use four. We can use any numbers, but Python default suggests us to use the indentation in the multiples of 4. So if I need to print something, if I need to declare another if statement, so if I'm saying, let's say z less than y, so this statement is true. So if you see here, so here I have given four spaces, and starting from here I have given four spaces. So there from the starting point we have eight spaces here. So which means this if has its block from here fully, and this if starts its block from here. Print inside. So inside if. So if I run this, so since both conditions satisfies, we are getting both the results. So in case if I give something like this, you can see this automatically showing some error. So see, indentation is not a multiple of 4. So we have to make sure that the indentations are maintained correctly in a project so that we don't get error. So let me delete this and declare some else statement. So else, so if what happens if this condition doesn't satisfy, let me print inside inside else. So let me just change this condition, or else it won't go to the else part. So if I now run this, you can see since this condition is not satisfied, it is going to the else part. There is something some other thing called if, which is else if, which means either this. So let me put check for this or check for this one. So I'm saying a condition like that. So here we can put it is that less than y. Print inside l if. So if I run this program, so let's see what happens. So you can see we are getting only the else if part. So while running the program, first by a system will check for this condition, and this returns false, so it will go for elif. In elif it will check for this condition, and this returns true, so it will go inside the block, and this prints the statement. So after that it will jump out of the this if else statement, so it won't go to the else part. In case if this is false, so if then it will go to the else part. It will just check for if, then elif, and since both are false, it will go for else. So a program can contain a if statement can contain as many number of elif. So if I have another condition, I can also add here like elif. So elif, and I can put a condition here. So let me say is that less than y. So if I put a condition like this, so we can also put like this, and we can check if it's working or not. So you can see here, this both are not getting satisfied and this is getting satisfied, so it is printing this. So these are with if statements. We will see more about this down the playlist. Now let's go for for loop. So let me declare some values, like let me say some string like red. Have to access this element. We have seen this before. For I in x, for I in x, print I. So let me run this and then explain to you what's happening. So you can see here, for every time the loop runs, this I takes the value of each element in the x. So that's what happened while declaring a for loop. You can also use another thing called range. So for I in range, and in this range you generally declare give from starting the number of times the loop has to run. So let me say for I in range 0 to, let me say 2. So 0 1 2. Now let us see what is I printing. So you can see here the I is the I takes the value of the numbers in this range. So it starts from 0 and 1 and it is leaving out the last thing, that is 2. So in case if you have n number of values in your x and you just need some number of things, so you can give this range. Now let me put that as 3 and I can declare like x of I. So if I now print this, you can see I'll be getting red, green, and black. Now I'm using another method for looping out the elements in this list. So this is for loop. There are many other things we can do using these loops. I have just gave an introduction. We will see the remaining while we actually work with any other project. Thank you.